What's up everyone, Kwame here, back with another video. Today I'm sitting in the car waiting for my kid to be done with driver's ed, his first lesson. It's insane to think he's driving, taking lessons, and it's insane, scary, and all that good stuff. So I figured I might as well talk to you about something I have been thinking about for a while now. Now I will say, excuse me if you hear rain coming. It's starting to rain. I'm parked under a tree and I don't feel like moving the car because I feel weird filming in public, so this is what I got. So for the past year, this whole past year, I've been really thinking about long-term photography kits. You know, coming up with something that's gonna last us for a while, and I wanted to talk about it on today's video. And I want to break it down into three parts: determining what is long-term, thinking about what I need or what you will need, and then the gear itself. So let's start with number one. What is long-term? Well, I think of it as 7 to 10 years. And the reason why I say that is because most cameras these days can last that long. Even my Sony a7 II, right? It is 10 years old now. And I still think it's a good beginner camera for people who want to get into full frame photography or even photography and kind of want to get in on a budget. It's a great place to start. But at the same time, it is showing its age for the type of camera that it is. And for me, it's really showing its age in it's lacking a lot of things that I'm looking for in a camera. But for you, it may be different. You know, you may be 3 to 5 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 12 years, like whatever that is. Think of what is long-term for you and, you know, how long you're going to keep your gear. For me, I keep my gear like I keep my cars. I don't change out my cars all that often, and I don't plan on changing out my camera gear all that often either. So that takes us to number two. What are your uses, you know, right now and in the future? So for me, I am a photographer that takes pictures of my family. I'm a hobbyist. I do this for fun. So, you know, if I'm out on a hike with my wife, if I'm documenting my kids' activities, like he plays baseball, he's going to play basketball this year. And then, of course, Pixel and I going on our daily walks or whatever she's doing, I'm taking pictures of that. Throw in some travel, that's what I take pictures of. And it's nothing exciting, nothing spectacular. It's just my boring, mundane life. However, my kid is in high school, so in a few years, we're going to be empty nesters. It probably won't change all that much. I'm not going to start, you know, going on mountain expeditions or shooting elk or anything like that, but I may do bird photography. I may get into more solo camping trips and more travel road trips with my wife. And so I want a camera system that's going to be able to cover what I'm doing now and also cover that in the future. And I also realized I'm not going to be shooting video with cameras. It's just not what I use it for. I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to use action cameras, but I'm not trying to make cinematic videos. You may want to create like travel videos when you are out traveling. So again, think about that that use case and also what type of gear that you want. Like for me, I just want small, compact, manageable cameras. I want to be able to travel with one camera bag, small camera bag, like a 6-liter bag, and have all the gear that I need in there. So then that takes us to the gear itself. For me, like I said before, I'm a photographer and my main goal with cameras are photography. So obviously the Ricoh GR IIIx is going to be the camera that I keep for a long time. I love that camera. The 40mm lens is exactly the focal length that I like shooting my everyday pictures with. And because it's, again, small, compact, I can put it in my pocket and walk, you know, bring it with me everywhere. And it has an APS-C sensor in there, the image stabilization, the f2 lens. I can do a lot with that camera. So that is one that's going to be in this gear kit. Next is the Fujifilm X-T5. I absolutely love this camera. It has been quite a breath of fresh air to not have to edit my pictures. I don't edit my Ricoh pictures, but before on the a7 II, I was doing a lot of editing with my pictures. With the X-T5 and the film recipes, I'm not editing anything. Like, I may adjust something here or there, but like for the most part, I shoot straight out of camera JPEGs or HEIC files. And that's something that I love. And for me, this camera is very future-proofed because it has the dual card slots. It is weather sealed, weather resistant. And there's a bunch of custom buttons that I haven't even touched, plus all the film recipes that are out there, you know, like Fujifilm Weekly. There are a ton of things that I can do with this camera. What also gives me, what else gives me confidence that this camera is going to have a long staying power is that there are people who swear by like the X Pro 1, the X Pro 2, the X-T2, X-T3, like they love their camera and they keep them for so long. So I know I can keep this camera for quite a while, and because it's an interchangeable lens camera, I can change out the lenses before I have to change out the body, even though the lenses I have are really good. And speaking of lenses, the lenses are small. So again, it goes with that small, you know, having a small body with a small lenses fits that system that I'm looking for. Now, the third one are my Sony cameras. I have the A7 II and the A6100. And this is where I'm saying both of these cameras are showing their age. The image stabilization in the A7 II is good, but it's not great. Doesn't have animal detection. It still uses micro USB, so it sucks if I need to bring a cord because I don't like charging the batteries in there, and then the batteries are terrible at this point. Even if you buy a new battery, it's just not really good. And it's a big, heavy camera. So for me, I decided to go with the Sony A7CR. Now, I'm not going to do a review on this camera just yet. I really just got it, and so I haven't really formed an opinion on it, but it fits the idea that I want. Small, compact, interchangeable lens, so I can keep the same lenses I have or pick up some other small ones, but I'm just going to get a really high image. I'm going to get really good image quality, and I don't need the pro body of like the Sony A7 V, the A7 5R or something like that, like dual card slots. I don't need all that stuff. It's weather sealed. It has the 61 megapixel image sensor, but also because it has such a large sensor, I can put it in APS-C mode, and I'm still getting a 28 megapixel image. So I feel really good about that. I will do a long-term review, you know, on this one like I did with the X-T5, but I believe that camera is going to be able to replace both my Sony cameras. Now, I'm not going to get rid of either one of those. I will use the A6100 as my main video camera and webcam when I'm on work calls and things. And then the A7 II, I just love that camera. That was the camera that really made me feel like I was a true photographer. It was the first pro body. And at the time I was doing pro work. I was shooting weddings, shooting, family portraits, things like that. But because I don't do that anymore, I don't need all those features. So for me, I feel like I have the camera system that will last the next 7 to 10 years. Now, the only one that I could see upgrading, and again, won't be anytime soon, is the Ricoh GR IIIx. There's rumors of the Ricoh GR IV coming out next year, but really, you know, even if it comes out with like a 40 megapixel sensor and better image stabilization, the Ricoh GR IIIx is perfect for me right now. I will say, if Fuji or even Sony comes out with a camera with built-in storage, that would be very tempting. Now, there's, I believe, Leica and Hasselblad are the only two, and DJI Action Pro 5 also has built-in storage. And to me, that's like a game changer, right? That is something where you have built-in storage and an extra, and you have the SD card. So you're kind of getting you're getting the best of both worlds with the people who need 2 cards, but people like me who don't need 2 cards, but sometimes forget a memory card when you go out. It would be nice to be able to have that built-in storage. I believe that actually the Ricoh GR IIIx does have some built-in storage, but you can take like 5 pictures maybe. I would love to have something with at least 64 gigabytes of storage, if not a terabyte. That's what I've been thinking about, and I feel like I've maybe have created something that I can keep for the long term. I do want to know, what do you all think of this long-term idea? Not about the gear that I'm using, but just the idea of having a long-term photography kit. Because again, at the end of the day, the reason why we shoot pictures and take pictures and all this stuff is to capture the moment, not to collect the gear. It's okay if you want to have gear sitting on your shelf. That, I'm not shaming you or anything like that, but for me, it's about the images and the memories and all that good stuff. If this is the type of ramblings of a middle-aged man that you like to see and hear, please hit that like and subscribe button. And again, I would like to know what you all think of this idea of a long-term photography kit, so I look forward to reading your comments. Thank you as always for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye bye.